Shalom, my brothers and sisters. Shalom. My name is Symmanayah, and these are my last breaths. Many of us can come to agree that we are in end times. These are the last days. And if we can unequivocally agree that these are the last days, could it not also be stated that these are our last breaths? And some of you might say, speak for yourself, Symmanayah, speak for yourself. Therefore, I have no problems admitting these are my last breaths. And as you can see, the Father has given me favor, and I am yet alive and compelled to present another message to those whose ears have been designated to receive this. And some of you might say one thing or another. But I believe if we are compelled by the Spirit of Yahushua to do a thing, it would be wise for us to respond. It would be wise for us to be obedient, to pursue obedience. Again, I thank the Most High for finding favor and giving me another breath, heartbeat, functional limbs, the ability to reach out. And I pray that my words are reflective of righteousness. And as a result of that, that the things in which I say are proven to originate from above. With that said, let me begin. Today is May 3rd, 2013. And like always, my message, well, I won't say like always, like in past times, my messages have been to a nation of believers, both Hebrew and Goyim, which is also known as Gentiles or other nations, who are made one by Yahushua, our Messiah, our Mashiach. My brothers and sisters, this evening, this day, Friday, May 3rd, 2013, I was compelled to present some verses. And of course, I encourage you to read scriptures from its entirety, books in their entirety, one after another in scriptures, and pray and meditate. But these are some excerpts, some scriptures that was put on my heart this night, this time, this day. Let me begin by reading John 14:26. It says, "But the Helper, the set-apart Spirit, whom the Father shall send in my name." This is Yahushua speaking, the Messiah. And he's saying that the Helper, the set-apart Spirit, the Father is going to send in his name. "He shall teach you all and remind you of all that I said to you." John 14:26. John 16:13. "But when he comes, the Spirit of truth, he shall guide you into all truth. For he shall not speak from himself, but whatever he hears, he shall speak, and he shall announce to you what is to come." Now I want to read the entire chapter of John 17. The entire chapter. Listen carefully, my brothers and sisters, as I read the 17th chapter of John. Yahuwah said these words and lifted up his eyes to the heaven and said, "Father, the hour has come. Esteem your Son, that your Son also might esteem you. As you has given him authority over all flesh, that he should give everlasting life to all whom you has given him. And this is everlasting life, that they should know you, the only true Elohim, and Yahushua Messiah, whom you have sent. I have esteemed you on earth, having accomplished the work you have given me that I should do. And now esteem me with yourself, Father, with the esteem which I had with you before the world was. I have revealed your name to the men whom you gave me out of the world. They were yours, and you gave them to me, and they have guarded your word. Now they have come to know that all you gave to me is from you. Because the words which you gave me I have given them, and they have received them, and have truly known that I come forth from you, and they believe that you sent me. I pray for them. I do not pray for the world, but for those whom you have given me, for they are yours. And all mine are yours, and yours are mine, and I have given esteem in them. I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to you. Set apart, Father, guard them in your name, which you have given me, so they might be one as we are. When I was with them in the world, I was guarding them in your name, which you have given me, and I watched over them, and not one of them perished except the son of destruction, that the scripture might be filled. And now I come to you, and I speak these words in the world, so that they may have my joy completed in them. I have given them your word, and the world hated them because they are not of the world, as I am not of the world. I do not pray that you should take them out of the world, but that you keep them from the wicked one. They are not of the world, as I am not of the world. Set them apart in your truth. Your word is true. As you sent me into the world, I also sent them into the world. And for them I set myself apart, so that they too might be set apart in truth. And I do not pray for these alone, but also for those believing in me through their word, so that they all might be one, as you, Father, are in me, I in you, so that they too might be one in us, so that the world might believe that you have sent me. In the esteem which you gave me, I have given them, so that they might be one as we are one. I in them, you in me, so that they might be perfected into one, so that the world knows that you have sent me and have loved them as you have loved me. Father, I desire that those whom you have given me might be with me where I am, so that they see my esteem which you have given me, because you loved me before the foundations of the world. O righteous Father, indeed the world did not know you, but I knew you, and these knew that you sent me. And I have made your name known to them, and shall make it known, so that the love with which you love me might be in them, and I in them. That was the 17th chapter of John. Now I want to read two more verses. Romans 5:8. But Elohim proves his own love for us, that while we were still sinners, Messiah died for us. That was Romans 5:8. Now Romans 12:1. I called upon you, therefore, brothers, through the compassion of Elohim, to present your bodies a living offering. Some versions say a living sacrifice, set apart, well pleasing to Elohim, your reasonable worship. Again, some versions say your reasonable service. So our reasonable service, the most reasonable thing we can do is to present our bodies a living sacrifice to the Almighty Elohim. We must accept Yahushua as Messiah. It would be wise to. Now, with these scriptures read, let me pose some questions, some things to ponder on, my brothers and sisters, some things to earnestly think about. How much do you think was sacrificed to restore fellowship with the Father? How much do you think Yahushua went through? What details, what actions came from the Almighty Yahuwah in order to bring about the possibility of being restored in fellowship? How much work is done to protect and guide us day to day into his ways? What do you think is happening that gives us the breath, the heartbeat, what do you think happens in detail? What do you think hold back the elements that could destroy our oxygen on the planet? What do you think it takes to hold back the pestilence and the sickness such that we have not been overly consumed by sickness and death? What do you think put the mechanisms in action that cause us to be alive? How much work is done to protect and guide us in its ways? How many have perished for the sake of preserving righteousness? How many of our forefathers, brothers and sisters, have been martyred, have died for the sake of preserving righteous words, preserving the plan, speaking out the message from the Father? How many have perished for the sake of the kingdom, the sovereignty, the family? How many instructions are presented to us for navigating this journey? What instructions do we receive? Have we earnestly pursued the voice of the Spirit of Yahushua to rightly divide the word? Have we studied and read the scriptures so that we can learn? Have we yielded to his set apart spirit such that we're able to determine the true message behind scriptures that's been translated, that's been infected with pagan terms? Have we earnestly tilted our ears, opened our eyes to pursue what's right in the eyes of the Father? How much detail do you think goes into developing us as heirs and family members of Yahushua? How much anguish do loved ones face whose eyes and ears are open? How much anguish do loved ones face who are able to see, who are able to hear? How much anguish do they face when a family member is dull of hearing, blind to righteous instructions, and or rebel against sound teachings? How much anguish do you think one face? How much disappointment? How much pain? How much fear do they have for those who blatantly rebel, who are captured by strongholds? How many scars must we acquire before learning to identify the voice of righteousness and obeying the guidance of Yahushua? What will it take for us to realize he who will open the mouth of a donkey, if necessary cause the stones to cry out, or he who speaks through us one to another? What is it going to take for us to have keen senses, precise vision, and hearing to where we can identify the voice of righteousness from whatever instrument the Most High chooses to speak through to reach out to us? How many scars must we require as a result of our disobedience, our neglect? How much reproof and chastening will one receive before corrections are embraced? Is it always necessary that we get hit upside the head, or we face punishment, or we face the fruit of our rebellion? Is that always necessary? Must it be? Do you think there's a threshold to how much one can rebel and kick against righteousness before the Almighty executes something severe? Severe as maybe sickness, or even severe as death or sleep. You see, my brothers and sisters, the Almighty knows what will, what has, and what's to come. It's a dangerous thing to tempt him to see what that threshold is. Let us incline our minds, our bodies, our soul to pursue worship and obedience and obey the Most High. Let us not tempt the Most High in trying to find out what's the threshold to the mercy that He bestow upon us. Yes, His mercies endures forever and ever. But keep in mind, scriptures tell us that he chastened those who he loved. He reproved those who he loved. Scriptures tell us about the judgment of the Most High and the wrath of the Most High. Do we serve an almighty Father and Creator? Has the almighty Yahuwah made Yahusha sovereign or king of Yashar'al? Do we honestly think we serve a passive almighty one? Do we honestly think almighty Yahuwah, our creator, is passive? Do we think the king, our sovereign, our leader, Yahusha, is passive? Do you think he's coming back to be slaughtered again? To sacrifice himself again? How long do we think we can take this journey lightly and do as we wish without repercussions? Failure to realize details does not make for a functional excuse. In other words, if we choose to neglect or ignore or rebel against the details or not pay attention to details, that does not make for functional excuses. There's no such thing as an excuse. Nor will it stop the plans of the Most High moving forward. How much? How many? How often must we experience things necessary for walking straight? My brothers and sisters, it's a dangerous thing to blatantly tempt the Most High Yahuwah. I earnestly pray. I pray with all my heart, my mind, my body, and my soul. I pray that we awake from our slumber and that we rise as true worshipers who obey the guidance of the Spirit of Yahushua. We battle more than we realize. Yes, we are at war. The Most High Yahuwah is not slack concerning all details necessary for fulfilling his promises and plans for our lives. Make no mistake, my brothers and sisters, make no mistake. Victory will become obvious in due season, if not identified now. Humbling events are coming. Humbling events, whirlwinds, storms, famines, pestilence, drought, economic collapse, civil unrest, turmoil. The fruit of man's rebellion will visit us. It will enlarge on this planet, and all the fruit of rebellion as well as the judgment and wrath of the Most High. As these humbling events come, we will see knees bowing. We will see people crying out to the Most High. We will see people being humbled, discovering the true name. We will see converts come away from pagan infections and unrighteous teachings. At least those who earnestly and diligently seek after the Most High. We will see people navigate away from the infectious translations and erroneous teachings. At least those who earnestly seek to serve the Most High Yahuwah, who embrace Yahushua as Messiah. This is a time, this day, my brothers and sisters, that you choose. Choose and determine whom you will worship, whom you will seek to obey. Choose wisely, my brothers, how you manage this time of breath, this time of a heartbeat, this time of functional limbs or limb, this time of sight, this time of hearing, this time of walking upon the face of the earth. Choose wisely how you manage this time. Study, pray, watch. Proof will soon emerge in the coming months, my brothers and sisters. Proof of whom the Father has selected to use, whom he has chosen and or called to represent him as elders, as teachers, as true teachers, not self-appointed ones. True, chosen or called teachers, elders, counselors, true shepherds. The shaping of an awakening nation has begun, and it will intensify in the wake of humbling events. My name is Symmanayah. Today is Friday, May 3rd, 2013. And I pray, my brothers and sisters, that the message in these words find the ears of those whom the Almighty Father, Yahuwah, in the name of Yahusha, has designated to hear these words. Soon and very soon, all that is necessary to awaken Yashar'al will be done. What's your position? What do you think? Pray on this, my brothers and sisters. Pray on it seriously. Until next time, I bid you shalom. 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 I bid you shalom.